has communicated to the people, the hustler nation, that this is your presidency, you can come say hi to me, you can access me anytime you want. Do you think that is also part of the problem, that there's a generation that does not understand how previous presidents, because Uhuru Kenyatta was more or less like William Ruto in as far as interacting with people, but Mwai Kibaki, President Moi, was a different animal altogether, if I may use that. Gen Zs, for example, know that this president, you can walk to him, hug him, and do anything. Do you think that that is a problem as well?
I do not think that is a problem, because as long as power has existed, power is a magnet. So you will always have people drawn to the throne, people drawn to power. That has always happened. I know we were young, but Moi had similar instances where people would actually, women shouting, men carrying files of their land, cases that had actually dragged on for long. Kibaki also had quite a number of them. It's only that we do not want to go back and look at that. Then, of course, under Uhuru Kenyatta, it became a little bit quite common. And now, with what we have, I don't think we've ever had the degree to which we now have now. I do not want to blame it to access and the open presidency. The truth is that the men that are actually guaranteed to protect the president should do their work. Mm-hmm. And so we start from this point. The president must allow the presidential escort unit and his security to do their work.
You feel he hasn't?
He hasn't. So when he tells them, achana na huyo kijana, achana na huyo, that is not his work. Rais afanye kazi yake, and the people who protect him should do their work. Why do I say that? Number one, I do not agree with how the president runs the country. But I want the president alive, secure, and properly protected. For the simple reason that, number one, the president, the office he holds transcends the temporary individual that holds it. That particular office safeguards the sovereignty of the republic. And countries that have actually done gambling with the security of the head of state have actually realized that the joke was not funny. Mm-hmm. The First World War was actually fought because a monarch was killed, a heir apparent that was supposed to come in. And we've seen that over and over and over. You are not going to convince people that somehow somebody wanted to reach out. What happened in Kilifi, in Ganze on that day, is actually something that should have serious heads rolling, not just administrative action taken. Because that young man had sufficient time. Whatever need he had, that is aside, because presidential protection is much more important. Mm-hmm. Because like I've told you, that office transcends William Ruto. It's much bigger than what he does. So it's in the interest. And by the way, protecting the president is part and parcel of government continuity. It's that when you put it as a principle, you have to look at it as government continuity. So I do not want to find space and room to try and explain the failure of the presidential escort unit. Okay. I do not want us to find room, because if it were funny, there would not be the action you've seen. Mm-hmm. If it were funny, if it were easy. So we actually just need to get out and ensure that we do not gamble with the presidential security. Right. We do not normalize that, because once we normalize that, then, protecting the president is what you would call a zero-fail mission. That the first time a mistake happens could be the last time you actually have got that particular conversation. So it's quite layered, it's out there. The president needs to allow the security people to do their work, but then there is a conversation we are avoiding to have, but I'll actually bring it up. Number one, they are mamas. That number one, the people that are protecting the president are not motivated sufficiently. Mm-hmm. Those issues need to be taken care of seriously by the IG. And if you think that probably such like an argument or mama is not founded, look at how the communication of the changes was done. DIG Eliud Langad does a blue letter, says he has made these particular decisions, and then he puts out a communication. That's what you people initially received. Then Mushiri, the police spokesperson, does a follow-up statement on a white paper. And what does he say? He says the IG has communicated these particular changes, or rather has made these particular changes in the presidential escort unit. The only difference is that according to the DIG's letter, the changes, of course, cut across the presidential escort unit, mm-hmm. The Reke subunit, and then of course so many other people going up to the headquarters. If these guys, even at that particular level, you can actually see a little bit of rivalry. And for security, there's no nuance.
Yes.
When you actually see that the IG and the DIG are not even in sync. So who made the changes? Was it the DIG or the IG?
All right. Interesting. And this issue of presidential security is a big discussion, and at least it's unanimous across this entire panel that this should not happen. Even the views from the streets, people are saying that should not.